You don't heal by screaming. You don't win by explaining. And you don't make people regret hurting you by proving your pain. You make them regret it when you go quiet in the right way. Not the weak kind of silence. Not avoidance. Not disappearing out of fear. I'm talking about controlled silence, the kind that shifts power, rewires perception, and forces people to sit alone with what they did to you. If you've ever been ignored, betrayed, disrespected, taken for granted, or emotionally discarded, this is for you. Because what you're about to hear isn't revenge. It's emotional intelligence at its highest level. These are 6 silent behaviors that don't chase closure. They become the closure. And if you apply them correctly, people won't just remember you, they'll regret losing access to you. Stay with me. This will change how you move forever. Most people are taught the wrong response to emotional harm. They're told to confront, to explain how they feel, to demand accountability, to force apologies. But emotionally intelligent people know something most don't. The louder you react, the weaker your position becomes. Silence, when used intentionally, does 3 things at once. It protects your nervous system. It preserves your self-respect. And it transfers emotional weight back to the person who caused the damage. You're not suppressing emotions. You're containing them. You're not avoiding conflict. You're refusing to bleed in front of someone who cut you. The behaviors you're about to hear are not tactics. They're healing habits. They don't beg to be understood. They don't seek validation. They quietly communicate one message. You no longer have access to my inner world. And that message changes everything. When someone hurts you, your body wants release. Your mind replays the moment. Your chest tightens. Your thoughts race with things you wish you had said. And the temptation is always the same. To send the long message. To confront them emotionally. To show them how deeply they affected you. But here's the conflict most people never resolve. The person who hurt you already crossed a boundary. Giving them emotional access again only teaches them that they can do it twice. Every explanation reopens the wound. Every reaction feeds their sense of importance. Every attempt to be understood hands them power. Emotionally intelligent people notice this moment, and they choose differently. They don't react. They recalibrate. And this is where the real shift begins. People don't regret hurting you because you explain your pain. They regret it when they lose their emotional leverage over you. When your energy changes. When your availability disappears. When your presence becomes calm, contained, and unreachable. Regret doesn't come from guilt alone. It comes from contrast. The contrast between who you were before and who you are after. The moment they realize you didn't break them, you activated something. That realization is what keeps people awake at night. Now listen carefully. These 6 silent behaviors work because they do not announce themselves. They are felt. And once they're felt, they cannot be unseen. Silent behavior 1. You stop explaining yourself. You don't clarify. You don't justify. You don't narrate your healing. You understand that people who misunderstood you by choice don't deserve explanations by effort. When you stop explaining, something powerful happens. You stop leaking emotional energy. You stop seeking approval. You reclaim authorship of your story. The silence creates a vacuum. And in that vacuum they begin to question themselves. Not because you accused them, but because you didn't. Silent behavior 2. You become emotionally neutral. Not cold. Not bitter. Neutral. Your tone stabilizes. Your reactions flatten. Your presence feels calm, distant, and grounded. This confuses people more than anger ever could. Why? Because emotional neutrality removes their influence. They no longer know where they stand. They can't provoke you. They can't read you. And uncertainty is psychologically unbearable for people who once had access. Silent behavior 3. You redirect your focus, publicly, not loudly. You don't announce growth. You embody it. Your routine improves. Your discipline sharpens. Your life expands, quietly. You're not performing strength. You're living it. People notice when your energy no longer revolves around what hurt you. They feel replaced, not by another person but by yourself. That hurts deeper than rejection. Silent behavior 4. You remove access without drama. No blocking theatrics. No emotional exits. No speeches. Just distance. Boundaries enforced without explanation feel final. They signal self-respect without asking for permission. And here's the key. Access is the real currency. When it's gone, without warning, regret follows. Silent behavior 5. You stay consistent in your calm. You don't cycle between strength and weakness. You don't relapse into emotional exposure. You don't reopen doors out of loneliness. Consistency builds credibility. And credibility makes people realize, this wasn't a phase. I actually lost them. That's when regret sets in, not as emotion but as realization. Silent behavior number 6. You move forward without needing witnesses. You don't need them to see your growth. You don't need validation. You don't need closure. You let your absence answer every question. And the most powerful truth of all, the people who hurt you will replay the moments you stayed silent far longer than anything you could have said. Now apply this to your life, starting today. When someone disrespects you, you pause instead of reacting. When someone expects access, you reduce availability without explanation. When your emotions rise, you regulate privately, not publicly. When your mind wants closure, you remind yourself that peace is the closure. You stop trying to be understood by people who benefited from misunderstanding you. Your silence becomes intentional. Your boundaries become invisible but immovable. Your energy becomes selective. And slowly, without effort, you stop chasing respect. You emanate it. The strongest people are not the loudest. They are the most contained. They don't fight for dignity. They withdraw from spaces that diminish it. If someone regrets hurting you one day, it won't be because you demanded accountability. It will be because you became calm where they expected chaos, silent where they expected reaction, unavailable where they expected access. And in that silence, you didn't lose your voice, you found your power.